Dear Upasakas and Upasikas, today, as you all know, this is the Cakka Pavattana day, the day on which the Lord Buddha gave his first teaching at Isipatana. It is Sarnath in near Benares. And he set in motion the wheel of Dhamma, the path to Nibbana. This eightfold path you might have heard many times. Right understanding, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right meditative absorption, like this. At the beginning of the Cakka Pavattana Sutta, Lord Buddha says, Dveme anta. Two extremes of the sense craving or pursuing the sense pleasure, an extreme of self-mortification. These two extremes, he makes it very clear that these two extremes are to be avoided by the people who are seeking to liberate their minds, seeking Nibbana. Basically, that's how we generally people, how they live, is with these two extremes. When people are pursuing their materialistic dreams, they chase whatever sense objects and the feelings that comes from sense objects, from the eye and the visible things, ear and the sound, nose and the smell, tongue and taste, body and touch sensation, mind and thoughts and feelings, emotions in the mind. That's how we are busy all the time. Busy, and another times, in the name of spiritual practice, people can go to the extreme of self-mortification, torturing the body, not eating or doing extreme ascetic practices. These two things aren't, Lord Buddha says, anaryo anatta sanghito, not leading to noble vision, noble liberation, and unprofitable. These two things. Because when the mind is busy with sense pleasures, then it generates a lot of liking and also disliking. And in the case of self-mortification, it has to endure torturing the body, a lot of unpleasant feelings. Feelings that we don't like. So, stuck between these two, the likings and the dislikings. And in the second noble truth also, Lord Buddha says, Kamatanha, Bhavatanha, Vibhavatanha. Sense, craving for sense objects, craving to continue, and craving to discontinue. Whatever we don't like, we don't want it to continue. We say this should end. That's how our mind is busy all the time. And we are all the time likings and dislikings. Something that is agreeable or pleasant, we chase that. Disagreeable, unpleasant, we try to push away. And these two are extremes. Lord Buddha says these two are extremes. If you wish to find liberation, then you must avoid. So Majjhima Patipada is living wisely, living with wisdom. Wisdom to see, wisdom to analyze also about the world, about the things, about everything that is around us, all our things. If we are able to use our things wisely. For example, if people say sense objects are leading to more craving, and in the process if people stop eating or start torturing the body, fasting or anything like this too much, then also it is not good. So food, for example, we all eat. Food is important. Without food we would not survive. But then food also can be a very great source of craving. The tastes we like, the tastes we do not like, that also can be a great source of craving to like, craving for disliking also. So all the things, for example, Lord Buddha has given the recollection for the monks. Wisely reflecting, I eat this food. Not to be strong or big or anything, or not to look good, but to maintain the body, to be healthy, so that I can continue my practice of Dhamma. So all our things, they also have certain purpose, certain usefulness. Eightfold path is Sila Samadhi Panya. In short, we say it is Sila Samadhi Panya. Morality, meditation, and wisdom. But then morality starts where we are. If people are living, for example, upasakas and upasikas, morality starts in their family. If upasakas and upasikas should keep in mind about and also try to follow Panchashila as much as possible. That is the morality that upasaka and upasika should follow. And then along with that, to practice meditation also. Sometimes meditation means, we say bhavana. Bhavana means not just sitting with our eyes closed. Anything that leads to deeper mental development, that leads to removal of our defilements for short time or for long time. For example, when you came here, you are participated in the chanting. When you participated here in the chanting, when you mindfully reflect on the words or on their meanings, at that time your mind will not have many defilements. Your mind will be peaceful. So that is also bhavana, mental development. So it's not just chanting or any ritual, it has a great value when you are mindfully chanting. Then you are not allowing the defilements to come. You are contemplating about the meanings, the wisdom, the words of the Buddha. In Lord Buddha's time, there were many people, great monks, for example. They were doing some work. For example, Most Venerable Sariputta Mahathera, the chief disciple of Lord Buddha, he was fanning Lord Buddha when the discourse was being given to someone else, his nephew. Bhante Sariputta's nephew, Lord Buddha, was giving him a discourse, and Bhante Sariputta was fanning Lord Buddha. But then he was fully mindful of all the words that were being spoken. So while fanning Lord Buddha, he became Arahant. So this, it's not that he was sitting with his eyes closed, but then he developed that mindfulness again to that level that even doing that work also he could be mindful, fully mindful. So we must start where we are. Sometimes people are sincere about what they want to do, practice of Dhamma. It is very good. But then having unreasonable expectation, I should be able to do like this, I should be able to do like that. And then if they are unable to do for some reason, then they become unhappy or depressed or sad, or then that's also not the right way, because then you are going back to disliking again. As I said, the middle path is avoiding the likings and dislikings. Then in the name of practicing Dhamma also you can go to disliking or to liking. People, so that we should be able to maintain the balance. And the balance comes from letting go. Whatever good we experience in our practice of Dhamma, we acknowledge. You understand something, you sit in meditation, you understand something. Good. But then, are you able to remember that thing? Whatever little wisdom you gain, are you able to recollect it all the time? Sometimes you understand getting angry is bad. This is how the anger arises. This is what is suffering. Understand for some time. But then another later time anger may come. Greed may come. Aversion may come. Because our wisdom is incomplete. And then if it comes, that time we should be able to acknowledge. We shouldn't be unhappy. Oh, that time I understood, but now I got angry. It's all West. It's not like this. So, step by step we do. First we understand maybe just a little bit of it. And we keep doing, then we understand maybe a little more. Important thing is to, wherever we are, we should be doing whatever we can. I will do tomorrow, I will do some other time, I will not do now, I will do like this, that. Then, because every happiness or suffering, every pleasant or unpleasant situation is an opportunity to look into this first noble truth, second noble truth. Dukkha Arya Satcha, Dukkha Samudaya Arya Satcha. That's our opportunity. People say it is suffering, it is I am unhappy, I am sad, I don't like this. But then, that is what dukkha is, no? Then we should acknowledge, oh, this is dukkha. Ya apyehi sampayogo dukkha, apyehi vipayogo dukkha, yam pichang nalavati tampi dukkhang. One of the most common and normally found, most common thing. Yam pichang nalavati tampi dukkhang. Whatever we like to get and don't get, that is suffering. Whatever we like to get but don't get. Like to get, you see. So there is a liking involved. Let it be like this. May I always be healthy. May I never be sick. It all goes in circles like this. When you like something, then you have to dislike, or you have to be averse to certain other things. May I be successful, may I never be unsuccessful. And the mind just goes in circles. Because the mind doesn't see there is a problem with this liking. Liking is good. Then disliking also would be good. And then it goes in circles again and again. So this is samsara chakra. Likings and dislikings. And it goes on. It is now when Lord Buddha became enlightened, for example, when he practiced and became enlightened, where did he look? Bodhisattva. The Bodhisattva looked right here in his heart, in his own mind. All the likings and dislikings and cravings and all the things that were there, he contemplated on them when he was doing meditation, sitting under the Bodhi tree. This is the ignorance that tells us. This is the ignorance that tells us this is good, you should like. This is not good, you should dislike. This is the ignorance. And if we listen to it, we listen to it. But we are never enlightened. We are never free from suffering. You should like. When people say you are good, you should like this. When people say you are bad, you should dislike that. That's where the suffering is. We are so accustomed to this. This is our thick, big ignorance. Why should I not like the good things, the praise or the success or whatever it is? Why should I not like? By liking this too much, you get stuck. And when the failure comes, when the blame comes, when the criticism comes, then you are not able to handle. The samsara goes through these ups and downs we call Atthaloka Dhamma. Gain and loss, happiness and suffering, praise and blame, fame and loss of fame. Samsara goes through these things. For all, it's same. For all people, same. That's the nature of the samsara. If one comes, the other one also will come. Neither the gain nor the loss, nothing is permanent. But then mind has created this image. Our ignorance has created this image. This one I should keep, this one I should not. This one I should accept, this one I should reject. This keeping and not keeping, accepting and rejecting, this is where samsara chakra goes on. Lord Buddha, what did he start? He set in motion the wheel of Dhamma, Dhamma chakra. This is just the opposite of this. These Four Noble Truths, Eightfold Path, what is it? Just the opposite. What we do, we don't do that. We all have understanding. Understanding what we like, we grasp at it. What we don't like, we grasp at it. But Lord Buddha says, no, this is dukkha, dukkhe jnanam. And then when you grasp that suffering arises, dukkha samudaya jnanam. So your understanding, you have to change it. From wrong understanding to right understanding, you should change. Then it becomes right understanding, reversing. Samma sankappo, right intention, nekkhamma sankappo, abhyapada sankappo, avihingsa sankappo, to renounce, to let go, not to have a mind of harmfulness, or not to have a mind of violence. But people just do the opposite of letting go. People do the opposite of harmfulness or hatred, or they hate. So it doesn't end. So all these eightfold factors, samma vacha, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right mindfulness. Mindfulness, for example, mindfulness, but Lord Buddha said samma sati. Now, when people making a lot of plan about their lives, I want to do like this, I want to do like that, I want to get this much money or that much money or this much success, and I want to be rich and famous. Yeah? So they make a lot of effort also. Well, after visualizing, and they make a lot of effort to achieve those things. Nothing bad to be successful, but then everything bad to be obsessed with it. Because then we are stuck there. We cannot come out of it. And if it happens also, we keep asking more and more. If it doesn't happen, we say, why did it not happen? Then we are stuck. Then we are stuck with suffering. So they also focus their mind with this on their object of success, their aspiration, but then without right mindfulness. Right mindfulness is to see the things, to observe without craving or aversion. To see the things as they are. That's the right mindfulness. So all these 8 factors, if you see how the cycle of samsara goes on, how the mind of the people, it is life after life, because of continuity of ignorance and craving, the process of the mind of people generally, of beings, is towards the samsara, not towards the nibbana. So when Lord Buddha set in motion the wheel of Dhamma, Cakka, what did he tell us to do? Just the reverse. And where did he tell us to start? With our present life. Sila, whatever, if the lay people have, whatever, Panchashila, or for monks, more Sila. Because there is lack of sila, people are unable to come out of those wrong habits, whether violence or lying or cheating, whatever it is. They are unable to free themselves from suffering. So at the level of sila also it is reversing. At the level of samadhi also, people, as I was thinking, people think and plan, lot of planning they do. Nothing bad with planning. But then people should also be have a little wisdom of too much planning with too much craving. This leads to too much suffering also. In the level of samadhi also, and in the level of wisdom, when we see the things as they are, then we are able to let go the craving and the ignorance. So it is the reversing. In a very practical, also in a very subtle way, Lord Buddha has given this Dhamma Cakka. In a very practical way, if you look at, say, just Sila Samadhi Panya, in a very practical way. But that also is, this Sila Samadhi Panya is simple, but it is not simple. It goes to the subtlest level of our defilements when we do it. So in a very subtle way also. In a simple way, also in a subtle way. It's not that it just will help for some days, some months, some years, and then it will not work. It is not like that. It will work. It will work up to the attainment of Nibbana. So, it is simple medicine, but if it is the most effective medicine. This Dhamma Cakka, the Four Noble Truths. when you start, it may sound a very big thing. Dukkha, dukkha samudaya, dukkha nirodha, gamini patipada, suffering, cause of suffering, ending of suffering, path leading to the ending of suffering. It sounds very big for beginners. But you don't need to think the whole thing, no? Because if you are just imagining, this is samsara, this is nibbana. Samsara, at least it understand a little bit, I understand. But nibbana, you don't understand anything. Why visualize, why contemplate, why think it is like this, it is like that. No need to do like this. Lord Buddha says, every step that you take in this Eightfold Path takes you closer to nibbana. Every time you are protecting the sila, you are closer to nibbana, because your mind experiences at least some bit of peace, some bit of lightness. Every time you practice meditation, you experience some bit of lightness. Every time you are giving dana, you are experiencing some bit of release from greed and craving and possessiveness. This is mine. That's the purpose of doing dana. We say merit, but where is the merit? This is the merit. To let go of our greed to that extent, this is the merit. When we say, this much I give, without clinging, to that extent your greed is less, craving is less, clinging is less. So as you do like this, every time you do, you are one step closer. You don't have to think about how the nibbana will be. But every step that you take, you know, you feel something different. For example, somebody who has never been to a very big mountain, like Himalayas, always lived in the plain lands. I was born in Calcutta, and Calcutta and surrounding areas are, you can say, absolute flat Gangetic plains. They are Gangetic plains. Ganga river has deposited a lot of fertile soil, but it is absolute flat. Even 10-15 feet elevation also, most of the places you don't see. It is so flat, majority of the places. You see? So people can be born, people in the Gangetic plains or in some other flat lands, they may be born there, and then they have never seen a very high mountain like Himalayas. So when they go by car or by walking or whatever it is, so that as the mountain, the foothills from the mountain, it starts climbing, the car starts going up. The road is different from the flat road on the plain lands. Very different roads. Flat road like Bengaluru city road, flat road. But if you go to, say, Nandi Hills, it is different. Hill road. So at the top of the hill, it's different. But as you keep climbing, you can feel this is different from the normal road. You are going upwards. You're going upwards. This much you understand. Where you are going, you don't know, but you are going upwards, this much you understand. So this is the daily practice of dana, sila, bhavana. You are going upwards. You are going towards nibbana. How nibbana will be at the top of the mountain, you don't know, maybe. It's okay. But you know you are going there. You are going to a different place which is better than all these flat lands. So our practice of Eightfold Path is like this. So on this day, on this auspicious day, as the teacher of the three worlds, Sattha Deva Manusanam, Lord Buddha, we say Guru Purnima, no? So he is the Guru, teacher of all the Devas and Brahmas and human beings, Sattha Deva Manusanam. So that's why. Who else can teach in the most excellent way, with the most skillful way, to all kinds of people. You see, all kinds of people came to Lord Buddha. All kinds of people. Kings and farmers and so-called outcasts or priests or generals or some normal workers or whatever. So many people. All kinds of people. And he could teach them with his infinite knowledge, wisdom, skill. No, that's why he's the highest teacher. And not just human beings, even the Devas and the Brahmas, even the divine beings also. So, today is the day. The teacher of the three worlds, Lord Buddha, started teaching, gave the teaching. And he what is said in the Dhamma Cakka, at and after the discourse it is said, no? Bhumma deva saddha manusavesum etang bhagavata varanasiyang isipatane migadaya. Today, in this day, Lord Buddha has set in motion the wheel of Dhamma in the Varanasi, in the Isipatana. Appativattiyang samanena va brahmanena va. All the whatever levels of beings are, humans or devas or any other category of people or anyone, now it is appativattiyang. One cannot change, one cannot reverse, one cannot stop. That's why the Dhamma has remained. So many ups and downs have come. But then Dhamma has still remained. Even now it has remained. In the future also it will remain. Dhamma has remained. Atthangika Magga, 4 noble truths, it has remained. Now also you know. Future also people will know that there is the path directly leading to Nibbana. No confusion. Not going this side, getting lost, getting attacked by. It's like there is a road through a big jungle, which is safe. And then there are other small roads, which goes inside the jungle and you get attacked by animals. And then you run away from there. And then you go to another road. But then there's a road which is safe. So this is the safe road. You go, you get attacked, you come here. Again, then you go somewhere, you come here. It's like this. The samsara with so many views. The net of views. Brahmajala. Net of views. And this is the path given by the Supreme Buddha. Free from views. Directly leading to Nibbana. So, may you all be able to remember and practice this Sila Samadhi Panya in your daily life, and may all of you ultimately attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.